And hello to everyone. Good morning or afternoon, wherever you may be, and welcome to another episode of Success Scopes with Carol R. Owens. I want to thank all the people who show up regularly to watch either live or the replay. I appreciate you. And throughout the scope, if you like what you're hearing, please just tap on the screen and share the love. Give me some hearts there, or please share it to your Twitter followers, everything again. But thank you, and I appreciate you for being here. Woohoo! I got Cindy back with us today. We hadn't seen her here in a while live, and we're glad to have her back. She typically doesn't miss a week, so we're glad to see her here. And that's my sister Cindy. And then I also got my mom with me here, Carolyn Farron. Both of them are with me today. I've never had them both here at the same time, so that's pretty cool. Oh, hello, Klein. How are you? Thanks for being with us today. Appreciate you for showing up. So for those who don't know me, my name is Carolyn Owens, and I'm the chairwoman and CEO of Infinity Coaching Incorporated, where we help you up-level your skills so you can up-level your income. And we're here Monday at 2 p.m. where we just give you, we try to keep our scopes down to 15 minutes with some quick tips, strategies that will help you move forward and stay focused throughout the week. And then we come back Friday, which is our follow-up Friday. We try to keep it down to 10 minutes, do a quick check-in, see how your week went, any feedback about the tips or strategies that you tried. Okay. Hi, Diana. And you know what? I was thinking about you this morning. So our scopes, we keep them short because we don't want to overwhelm people. And that way, you have all this coming in every day, your emails, the phone calls, and when you have all that information coming in, it can be overwhelming. So that's why we keep them short with just a quick tip or strategy. Keep your focus, and it's all about your success. I do want to give a quick shout out. Hi, Roberto, there in Texas. Glad to see you back with us, and glad you enjoyed the last one. So thanks for being back with us. So there's a couple things I want to mention. We have our free Facebook community that's Infinity Coaching Community, and man, I just got to give a shout out to some people in the community that had some great wins this past week. We have one of our community members, Chella Diaz, had her book. She's a contributing author in a book that was actually released this week. It's a Kindle edition, and I know yesterday it was on sale for 99 cents. I don't know if it is still today, but let me get the title of the book is Journeys to Success, 12 Real-Life Women Sharing Their Inspiring Stories. So very proud to see that release. She's published other books, and she has her radio show, Woman of Wealth, and she helps you with your finances. I've interviewed her on my radio show. She's just got some wonderful programs. I'm proud to see that she's released that chapter in that book this week. And also we have our community member, Andrea Smith, who she had been working on this program for a couple of years. And she launched this week her 8-week course. And her course is Position Yourself to Heal. So I'm very excited for both of them, both launching this week with the book and the program. And if you're following me on social media, you'll see it in my Twitter feed, you'll see it in my Facebook feed. And if you're in the community, you're always the first to know. If you want to find out more about our community, you can go to www.infinitycoaching.net/free-community. And you can find out all about the wonderful things we're doing there. And it's open to men, women. You don't have to be a business owner, your career professional. We provide tips and strategies for everyone that's going to help them move forward in their career, business, and life. So join us there. So last week I kind of talked about where I had been. I hadn't been on doing a scope in about 10 days. And I just gave you an idea of what I've been doing, the volunteer work, giving back, and the importance of giving back. So today we're picking them back up. I put a little title there today, The Need for Sleep. You think about the need for speed, but this is about the need for sleep. We had been talking about sleep deprivation, and we went over some of the signs, because a lot of us are in denial, and we don't admit that we need sleep, because it's this badge of courage to say, well, I only got 2 hours of sleep, or that societal thing saying, well, I'll sleep when I'm dead, and all those different things. but we don't think about the over impact on our productivity, our body, our careers when we're not getting enough sleep. So we went over 10 signs to kind of say, is this showing up in our lives? Is this how we're in denial and not realizing that this is the impact of lack of sleep? And since it's been a little while, I'll just go over what those 10, thank you, what those 10 things are real quick. So, and just real briefly mention them. We talked about increased appetite. If you're having an increased appetite, and then you have some weight gain, those could be signs that you're not getting enough sleep. If you're acting impulsively, where you tend to act without thinking, and that's just because you're exhausted, or you're saying yes to things that you would have normally not said yes to. Memory loss. I gave the example of when you're looking for your keys, or you can't find the glasses, those simple small things that are showing up because when you're sleep deprived and you just set things down, you really don't remember where you put it. So it's not that your memory's going, it's just that you might need some sleep. Other ones we talked about were klutz, where you're accidentally tripping over things like your own feet, you know, those type of things when they're showing up. If you're getting sick more often, your emotions, are you finding yourself crying at movies or things that you would not normally cry about? We talked about the eyesight, where you may think that you're looking at things and your eyesight's going bad or anything, but it's really the lack of sleep. Yes, lack of sleep can cause your vision to be different. We talked about your skin and how it'll show up where you'll break out more, you know, the impact that it has on your hormones and the changes that reflect in your skin. And the last one, the 10th one, was that relaxed state of mind, that you don't have that feeling of peace. And we're going to talk more about that when we talk about some of the strategies and ways that'll help you get that relaxed, good quality sleep. So that was just the 10 that we went over that show up as signs of sleep deprivation. And you know, I always have that affirmation for you to kind of focus on throughout the week that really captures our topic. So the affirmation for this week is, my life can be managed to help me find a healthy balance. So it's, my life can be managed to help me find a healthy balance. So how does that all relate? So we talked about the signs. And so today our focus is on the impact. I'm going to give you 10 things that really show you how sleep deprivation can impact your life. We're going to talk about 5 of them today, and this is more of the physical way it shows up. And so you think about it, that it's having that healthy balance. If you're not aware of these things, you'll be off balance. So here's the real life hardcore example of tragedies that occur from sleep deprivation. And some of you guys are probably too young to even know what I'm talking about. And that is in 1979, there was that nuclear accident at 3 Mile Island. And what happened, the accident occurred between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. I got to put it in, you guys, I'm also a history buff, so you will see me throwing in examples and stuff from history. I love history. But it was in March 1979, 3 Mile Island nuclear plant. And what happened was the shift workers, they were exhausted, and they didn't notice that the plant had lost cooling. And so what that does, that results in the overheating of a core's reactor. And so it ended up taking 4 years and $1 billion to clean up the mess that resulted in their lack of attention. But they were able to, in the investigation, show that the amount of time they were working and everything was a result of sleep deprivation. So 4 years, $1 billion later, and you think about the effect on our economy and all the regulations and different things that did come out of that, but it was 30 years later before they could start building the plants again. And now 20% of our electricity in the United States comes from these plants. And that was a loss in innovation, technology, the economical impact because of sleep deprivation. So it can seriously cause not just physical, but economic and everything that can happen because of sleep deprivation. So when we think about ourselves, it can show up when we talk about poor health. Because when you sleep, it produces antibodies and protective cells that help strengthen that. We're going to have those strong immune systems, and we're not getting that sleep. Now our immune systems are weak, so we're going to we won't be able to fight off diseases as well. You think about the bacteria in our bodies, and that are out there, and we're not strong enough to fight off those diseases. So we're more susceptible to, say, diabetes, heart disease. You think about heart disease, and that would be number 2, because I separate, health. You think of overall health, weight gain, strokes, diabetes, but heart disease, which are very, I don't know the actual statistics, but there's high rates of death caused by heart disease. And when you're sleeping, your body's healing and repairing those blood vessels in your heart. But then you're not getting sleep. Think about high blood pressure, as I said, heart disease, hypertension. And studies show that one night without enough sleep can cause your blood pressure to be elevated. And I know a lot of people, and they started at young ages, especially in the military, that end up on high blood pressure medicine. In a lot of incidences, once you start, you can't come off of that stuff. And you don't think about the side effects and everything. So that impact of heart disease, heart attacks, all those things that can come from sleep deprivation. And I'd already mentioned weight gain. When you're tired, you don't watch what you're eating as much, and you have that increased appetite, so you're eating more. And I mentioned the skin, but to get more details, it ages your skin. You'll be looking like you're 70 when you're 40. So think about that, how it would age your skin, because I said it causes more breakouts, wrinkles, your hormones are off balance. So you start looking like you're much older than you really are. And you talk about growing old gracefully, you're not then. And one of them that we don't think about, that people don't talk about much about this one, when you're sleep deprived, if you're drinking alcohol, the effects of alcohol, it's magnified. So when you think you may have had, 2, 3 drinks, you're really increasing it more like you've had 5 or 6 drinks, and then you're getting behind a wheel and driving. Or I'll even say if you're walking home, that klutz thing, now you're more of a klutz and more likely to trip over your own feet. And that crash to the sidewalk, mess up the face even more. So those are 5 things to kind of think about that impact has physically to us when we're not getting enough sleep. And next time I want to talk about more of the internal, that emotional side and effect that sleep deprivation has. There's 5 good things, some of the best key things that I'm going to talk about next week that you're going to think about, sleep deprivation does that? So I definitely hope you'll join me back then when we talk more about that. So this week, take time, we reviewed the signs, we talked about some of the physical impacts, and people don't take this topic seriously, but if you actually were just to Google sleep deprivation, you would see so much tons of research, the sleep centers and studies that are out there, and how it is truly an important topic. And you think, why does me, as a career coach, talk about this stuff? Well, sleep deprivation impacts your life. It impacts your health, your career, everything. And for me as a career coach, it's just not about, am I getting the job? Am I getting the promotion and how much money you're making? It's about the overall satisfaction of your life. What kind of life are you living? Are you just existing? Are you so exhausted that you can't enjoy life? We should really be living life to that full purpose, our full potential, and enjoying it. So that's why I talk about topics like this. Those things that we don't take time to reflect on, but that can truly make our lives better. So I encourage you to join us in the free community where we keep the conversations going. If you want to go straight to join us, you can go to infinitycoaching.net/community. Or if you want to find out more information, it's infinitycoaching.net /free-community. If you want to find out more about me or sending me an email, you can go to cowens@infinitycoaching.net, or just Google my name, Carolyn R. Owens, or Infinity Coaching, and you'll find one of my social media sites and different ways to connect with me. My primary sites are Twitter. I love Twitter. People will always say I have a Twitter addiction, and you can find me at Carol R. Owens. And also my secondary is Instagram, and you can find me there at Carolyn R. Owens. And typically on Sundays or Mondays is where you'll find the affirmation before we do the scope, give you time to take a look at it. And any questions, suggestions, ideas, please feel free to reach out to me. So I hope to see you in the community, or at least on social media. Give me a shout out and let me know you're somebody who watches the scopes. And until then, oh, before I forget, we are back again Friday, 2 p.m. for our follow-up. So until next time, thank you so much. Here's to your success. See ya.